siblings, Dave, Amy, Lisa, Sarah, Chris, let me begin with a heartfelt expression of gratitude to all of our aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends and family, and caretakers who celebrated and comforted Mom throughout her entire life. We thank you. Barbara Danuta Wolczynska Naughton was born into a world of death and destruction. She lived as a powerful force of life, nurturing and caring for others. She was born in a German labor camp in World War II and never had a chance to meet her father, Bernard, nor her sisters, Stephanie and Bogda, nor her brothers, David and Bernard, who were all killed in Poland during the war. Our grandma Dora rarely liked to talk about the pain and suffering she had to endure during the war, but one story is a testament to the miraculous gift that was my mom's life. Shortly after she was born, they were in a building that was bombed. Grandma Dora had no strength left to call for help as she held Mom in her arms amidst the rubble. But Mom's persistent cries were heard by others who saved their lives by digging them out. Those cries turned to joyful laughter of a toddler after they were liberated by the Allied forces and set sail for America and a new life. They landed in New Orleans, and she remembered throwing her shoes over the railing with all the other kids, symbolic of stepping into a new life. They came to Sioux Falls through the kindness of Red Cross and Lutheran Social Services. Grandma Dora soon found work at the Good Samaritan home, where, as a young child, Mom often visited and cared for the elderly. They lived with families in the north end of Sioux Falls, Polish immigrants surrounded by Irish Catholics. They found comfort and kindness at the towering cathedral, where Grandma Dora also cooked for the priest to support herself and Mom. Mom quickly learned a new language and demonstrated her quiet determination throughout elementary and high school. She continued her studies and became a registered nurse. She knew my dad as a child because it was impossible not to know one of the 10 Naughton kids running around in the same neighborhood. But when they met again as young adults, they soon fell in love and started a family. Her upbringing imbued her with an independent, no-nonsense spirit, which she has passed on to her children and grandchildren. Her life as a mother was filled with love and devotion. Dave and I were born in New Mexico, where she volunteered at health clinics on a Navajo reservation. Amy, Lisa, and Sarah soon followed after moving back to Sioux Falls. Her days were filled with an endless parade of activities, but never too busy to gently but firmly discipline. Chad, I remember her saying, "I will always love you, but I don't love your behavior always." And never too busy, as Sarah so beautifully recalled, she would gently sit with me during my most devastating and vulnerable times in my life with unconditional love. She packed school lunches with whole wheat bread and alfalfa sprouts. We had natural peanut butter that had to be kept in the fridge and was impossible to stir before spreading. Homemade pizza included making the dough. And of course, cereal with no sugar. Her kitchen was the original organic co-op. Then, she was asked to do even more. When Chris was born. Siblings like to joke about who was Mom's favorite child, but as a mother of a special needs child, she tapped into a reservoir of love and determination that very few possess. When she was told it would be best to institutionalize marginalize Chris because he would never be able to walk, communicate, or understand, she quietly and firmly said, he will be coming home with his family. It took almost 2 years in ICU, multiple surgeries, and extended hospital stays, but Chris came home, and only mom could foster Chris from a sickly child into the healthy, grumpy old man that he is today. He's grumpier than Dave, which is quite an accomplishment and quite beautiful. Then she was asked to do more. As Dad faced challenges with his mental health, and we moved from Sioux Falls to Omaha, and Omaha to Minneapolis, she got her nursing licenses in each state and went to work at nursing homes. Imagine adding a full-time job on top of navigating an entirely new city for 6 children. When they moved to Brooklyn Park, she worked for more than 20 years at St. Therese Home in New Hope, where she helped manage the dementia unit. She cared for family, friends, and strangers with an endless supply of patience and love. Tributes from her coworkers have revealed what she often liked to tell us. My coworkers think I'm funny. She often said with a smirk. In her short retirement, she remained busy with walks with the neighbors, lunch with coworkers, working in her flower gardens, reading novels, listening to music, road trips to Bayfield, the Upper Peninsula, and Big Sand. A lack of a birth certificate prevented her from obtaining a passport and a trip to Italy, a cruel reminder of the horrors she had escaped as a child. In another cruel twist of fate, she was diagnosed with Lewy body Parkinson's shortly after Dad received his Parkinson's diagnosis. As Dad's struggles intensified and were more outwardly pronounced, we never fully appreciated the progression of her disease because she handled the adversity with an inward strength that belied her tiny stature. She once told Dave that a perfect moment for her was a quiet one. In the months after Dad's passing, and as we held vigil in the final days, we all got to spend time with her in her perfectly quiet moments. I struggle in silence. So, those quiet moments were often filled with stories. She loved resting on the couch, looking at pictures of her kids and her grandchildren, and asking me how everybody was. It was a magical time. Logan, I told her you're the perfect leader for the gang of 7, of cousins, because you make every one of them feel special and included. Dora, I told her you are the perfect embodiment of strength and compassion to carry forward the legacy of Grandma Dora and Grandma Barb. Riley, I told her how your talent and your sensitive nature are blossoming as a teenager. Leah, I told her how the love and devotion you've shown to your dog Sugar is a great lesson in life. Owen, I told her you do more yoga than me, and the strength you are building in your body will lead to wisdom in your mind. Andrew, I told her you are a powerful and hilarious force of nature. Iris, I told her when you grit your teeth and squeeze what's ever in front of you, you show determination beyond your years. Kids, each one of those qualities is a gift that has passed from Grandma Barb to your parents, and now to you. Cherish them and be proud. Dave, Amy, Lisa, Sarah, and Chris. We now face a future without our parents. My heart and my mind cannot express the love and the gratitude I feel for each one of you. I'm in awe at how we have all forged our own paths and yet remain committed to each other. A final and fitting tribute to Mom. She gave everything she had, and she passed on her terms. I remember her telling me right after Grandma Dora passed away that she felt alone in this world. I never fully appreciated or understood what she meant. Now, in my heart of hearts, I know. She gets to live the life she never knew with the family she never met. We all love you, Mom, and you are missed dearly. We will live a more loving and caring life in your honor. I love you, Mom.